Welcome to our Game 3 of our playtesting from Thursday night, Jund versus Affinity. I will be on the draw this game as I won Game 2. My opponent playing Affinity is on the play, starts with an Inkmoth Nexus, paying 2 life to follow up with a Vault Scourge. Passing the turn back, I draw and play a Raging Ravine, passing the turn back. Untap and draw. Here comes Blinkmoth Nexus. Now, the play here was a Steel Overseer and an attack for 1 to tie the game at 19 apiece. I untap and draw. Play a Swamp. Cast Ancient Grudge. Destroying the Vault Scourge, passing the turn back. Another Inkmoth Nexus comes down. Followed by a Spellskite. Spellskite is really good in the Jund matchup as it will be able to redirect all of my removal spells onto it, and that will come into play later on in the game. She plays a Springleaf Drum to finally give her colored mana, swinging in for 1. I'll play a Twilight Mire, tap 3 mana, and follow up with a Fulminator Mage. I think I played Fulminator Mage here because its ability to block a Steel Overseer if my opponent decides to attack with Steel Overseer again, and to sacrifice itself and destroy a Inkmoth Nexus to keep her off of infect damage, I guess. Just the non-basic lands and the Fulminator Mage, the ability to block and not die to a unpumped Steel Overseer or Spellskite. Here comes Arcbound Ravager. Taps the Steel Overseer. Puts a counter on all of her creatures. I'm going to end up stopping her, explaining that she has the ability to animate. Yes, animate all 3 of her manlands. Well, if you want to call them nexuses. And she is going to follow up with what I explained to her to do. It takes longer to explain this than I thought it did. Mana, activate, throw the counters on them. And the passing of the turn. I think I'm about to make a very, very bad play mistake. I'm about to make a bunch of weird plays. I think I start with trying to Lightning Bolt the Arcbound Ravager. My opponent will pay the 2 life to redirect it to Spellskite. I throw down a Tarmogoyf, count up the different card types in the graveyard. It's going to be a 3/4 Tarmogoyf with instant, artifact, and creature in the graveyard. She goes to block with Spellskid on my Fulminator Mage attack, thinking it'll just bounce off. I explain to her that the 3 points of damage from the bolt are still on there, so she just takes the 2 points instead. Playtesting is all about getting everybody better at the game than just trying to find the quickest way to win. In a tournament, I wouldn't help opponents as much as I help during playtesting games and talk it out with everybody on what to make the best plays. Tap the Steel Overseer, put a counter on everything, including the Signal Pest that was played. Counts up the damage. I think she's adding in Signal Pest being able to attack at this point. No, she doesn't do that. I block the Spellskite with my Tarmogoyf. They bounce off each other, and I take 3. Now, with all those man-lands activated, I didn't want to be losing Tarmogoyf to an Arcbound Ravager that I had no way to power up. Hold on. This entire time I've made a big mistake. The Tarmogoyf should currently be a 4/5, not a 3/4. I think I missed... Oh no, I just cracked the land, okay. During the end step. Okay, yeah, that's why. Yeah, I didn't want to... I don't remember my exact thought process. If I had a way to show what was in the hand at every given moment, it would be so much easier to know what I am thinking. Flashback the Ancient Grudge to destroy the Spellskite. Play another land. This one's a Wooded Foothills and pass the turn. Down drop comes an Ornithopter. Animates the 2 Inkmoth Nexuses using a Glimmer Void and a Springleaf Drum. Activate Steel Overseer. Adding more counters to everything that's in play. Except for the Blinkmoth Nexus does not get a counter this turn. No, and my opponent missed sacrificing the Spellskite to the Arcbound Ravager. Swings in for 10 points of infect in the air with the signal pest trigger. Along with 2 points of regular damage, I sack a Fulminator Mage to destroy 1. And then I am assuming I cast Terminate? Or is it going to be Colgan's command? Pretty sure this is the Colgan's command play. Destroy target artifact, return Fulminator Mage to my hand. I take 2 from the Signal Pest. Explain to her that she could have just sacrificed them to the Ink Moth, allow her to do that, making Arcbound a 6/6. Sacking my fetch. In retrospect, she should have swung with the Arcbound Ravager on that attack as well. She had the life to be able to handle it, and if I did the play I did, she would have been destroying my Tarmogoyf and all this shenanigans here. I believe right now, with what I can see in play, the Affinity deck should be favored to win. Just with the Steel Overseer and the Arcbound Ravager in play as they are. I also don't believe I've ever had an Arcbound Ravager that big when I've been playing this deck in a tournament. That should be the Terminate targeting Arcbound Ravager. Yeah, Terminate targeting Arcbound Ravager. It's the Alara Reborn Art Terminate. Comment below if you think I should change my Ornithopter art to the Ether Revolt art. I swing in for 4 to drop her to 11. What did I destroy? Oh, Ancient Grudge to wipe out both Steel Overseer and Ornithopter. I would much prefer to own the Time Spiral art for Ancient Grudge. I think it's Time Spiral. She plays another Arcbound Ravager, which would have been really nice if she had that for her, if she had that in play last turn before I started wiping out everything. Probably would have kept her with a Steel Overseer. She swings in for 2 to drop me to 9. I'm going to cast Fulminator Mage and play another land, played a second Raging Ravine. And I go on the attack. I swing in for 4 with my Goyf, which will drop her to 7. She plays another Inkmoth Nexus. Activates Blink Moth Nexus. Swings for 5 that I cannot block. I sacrifice the Fulminator Mage to destroy Blink Moth, taking 2 from the Signal Pest, putting me at 7 now. I draw. Liliana the Veil. I think it's direct force her to sack a creature. She decides to sacrifice the Signal Pest, asking if she sacrifices to Arcbound Ravager, if she'd get the counter. I explain that because I'm using Liliana. She sacrifices Signal Pest in response to me making her sacrifice a creature. She'll have to lose both of them, and she doesn't want to be doing that. I swing in at her for a 4, which should drop her to 3. Now all I need is a bolt. Sorry about the shaky camera. She eats the Springleaf Drum with Arcbound Ravager. Is she planning on casting anything? Oh, no. I make us both discard. She goes to discard Galvanic Blast. I explained to her that she can just use it to activate. She can use it to just pop off Liliana at this point, which will put Tarmogoyf to 5 when I finally am able to discard a sorcery. So Tarmogoyf goes to 6. I untap, activate Raging Ravine. Trigger on the Raging Ravine, and that will be game. Check out mosmagic.com for all your single and sealed product needs. We played there Friday night. Well, I did. And those videos should be up in a day or so, at least round 1. And have a good night.